Good afternoon. Cigar Review 90 San Cristobal Monumento 7.2 inch 49 ring gauge cigar made in Nicaragua by Jose Garcia. First, I will review what I actually think about the cigar and then maybe a little bit more educational content here. I love it. I think it's got a great taste. I get notes of chocolate, white pepper, spice, little herbs, and almost like an oolong type tea. I drink a lot of tea, and that just kind of came to mind as I was smoking it. I also think it draws really, really well, and it's burning perfectly evenly. So by all criteria, it's a great cigar. Several things that I just kind of want to point out. One of them is the size. This did start out as a 7.2 inch cigar. It's obviously smaller now, but that's what cigar aficionado would refer to as a Churchill. Anything according to them that's I think 6 3/4 to about 7 2/8 is a Churchill. A traditional Churchill size is anything 47 or larger and 7 inches. So in Cuba, a 47 7-inch cigar would be a Churchill. It's kind of an interesting backstory. The reason they named it that is because Churchill smoked these giant cigars, Winston Churchill. And at the time, 47 inch or 47 ring gauge was huge. It was massive. Not anymore. Now we've got 60 ring gauge all the time. I've reviewed a bunch of 60 ring gauges. I've reviewed some that are 80 ring gauge, although that's still a little bit of an unusual cigar size. Pretty unusual, in fact. But 47, that's not unusual at all. That's a normal cigar size. If anything, that's a little small by today's standards. But back then it wasn't. The other interesting thing is the wrapper. Cigar International calls this a Corojo wrapper, and the San Cristobal website calls it an Oscuro. They can both be correct. Corojo is the type of tobacco. For example, Corojo 99, Habano 2000, these are types of tobacco. Oscuro refers to color. So a wrapper could be both. This, in my opinion, is not Oscuro. This is a Maduro. I think San Cristobal is wrong. This is Oscuro, right? This is more of a Maduro. Oscuro is a much darker tobacco, almost black. This, by the way, is a pen. It's not a cigar, so don't try to smoke it. I do have cigars in there that truly are Oscuro. I mean, they are black. The Protecus Black Label, the Punch Diablo, they're much darker. So I don't think this is Oscuro. This is much more of a Maduro. But they can both still be correct. Something could be a Corojo and an Oscuro cigar that does exist. Just depends on fermentation process. I really do like the cigar. It's absolutely fantastic. I would recommend it. It is full-bodied and strong. They're not the same. Full-bodied refers to complexity. Strength refers to nicotine. Although they often go hand in hand, tobaccos that tend to be stronger from a nicotine perspective do tend to be more complex and therefore full-bodied. I also like the band. So I actually get cigar bands, put them on poster boards with glass, and hang them up in my billiards room. I recently smoked about 50 San Cristobal cigars and used them as a border for one of my cigar paintings, or whatever you want to call it. So to me, I absolutely do care about how the label on the cigar looks, especially since I don't take them off until the label almost starts to burn. So I use it the whole time. That's the cigar. I really do like it. One thing I would point out, if you're tasting a cigar and you don't get chocolate, white pepper, spice, all these things, who cares? Someone reviewed a cigar the other day that I thought was brilliant, and they said, I don't really know what it tastes like, but I just know I really like it. Perfect, right? If you smoke a cigar and you like the way it tastes, then who cares? Who cares if you can't identify 50 different flavors that it tastes like? I think a lot of it's made up. The other day, someone reviewed one and said, this tastes like stone fruit. There's like 50 different types of stone fruit, right? Cherries, peaches, plums. They all taste different, so I don't know what that even meant. I mean, that's not a thing. The guy's just full of it. I do like the cigar, though. In 2007, this exact size, this exact cigar was number 12 in the world, according to Cigar Aficionado on their top 25 list. Would I recommend it? Yes. If someone brought this to my house and said, here's a cigar, I would absolutely love to smoke it. It's pretty expensive. I do think in this price range you could do better, but that's not a reason not to buy it. I absolutely love it. If I had 10 more of these, I would be very pleased, and I would smoke them. So that's it, guys. Cigar review number 90, the San Cristobal Momento, and that is going to be a buy rating for me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, if you've had it and you disagree, let me know. Thanks.